Beneath the jungle's canopy, the cenotes called, dark, sacred, and ancient, water that held the secrets of the gods. Here, Maya priests descended into the depths of mystery, casting treasures of gold and jade into the shadowed waters, offerings to the gods who slumbered beneath. But the rituals did not end with treasure alone. With solemn reverence, they sacrificed those who dared to step into the gods' embrace, one life for another, to keep the balance. And in the darkness, where no mortal eye could follow, the cenote secrets were kept, preserved for eternity. The water held all, life, death, and the power of the divine. When the sky grew dark and the earth cracked under the weight of drought, the storm god Chak raged in the heavens, withholding his blessing. Cities once thriving, now withered in desperation. Priests climbed sacred steps, offering treasures to the gods, hoping for a single drop of mercy. But the gods were silent, and the struggle began. Two cities bound by fate fought to claim what was sacred, the water of life. Warriors clashed near sacred cenotes, each desperate for the life-giving flow. Then Chak's fury broke the sky. Lightning split the clouds and the rains came in torrents. Was it mercy or wrath? In the end, the storm god's judgment was final. The water was his to give or take. Hidden deep within the jungle, the quiet city of Karakol watched and waited. For years, Tikal towered above them, vast, rich, unstoppable. Its armies marched, its kings ruled, its banners soared across the sky. But Karakol's heart burned with defiance. In the shadows of the trees, warriors gathered. Silent oaths were sworn. Strategies were whispered under the stars. Then came the strike. Steel clashed under the jungle canopy. Shouts of rebellion tore through the ancient trees. Against all odds, Karakol shattered the might of Tikal. A city once overlooked rose triumphant. A new power was born from the roots of the earth, fierce, unbroken, and forever free. When the last light of the sun faded, Maya priests climbed skyward, into the arms of the night. Atop sacred observatories, they gazed into the endless heavens, mapping constellations, tracing the paths of gods hidden among the stars. With ancient instruments and deep wisdom, they charted the pulse of the universe. They knew when the sun would vanish. They knew when the blood moon would rise. Each star was a message, each eclipse a divine omen. Beneath the endless sky, the Maya wove time and destiny into sacred calendars, guiding kings, farmers, and warriors alike. They were not just astronomers. They were keepers of cosmic secrets and dreamers of eternity. In the heart of the jungle, the Maya dreamed of roads of light. With hands alone, they cleared the wild forests. Stone by stone, they built sacred highways, shining white paths that stretched across the earth like threads of destiny. Every sakbe was a promise to connect cities, to unite kingdoms, to bind the heavens and the earth. By day, workers labored under the burning sun. By night, priests blessed the stones under starlit skies. Across rivers, through mountains, and deep into the green unknown, the white roads never wavered. Today, the jungle hides them. But if you listen closely, you can still hear the footsteps of the sacred road builders marching through time. In the heart of the jungle, a storm of war gathered. Palanca, proud city of stone and spirit, faced destruction. But one man rose to meet it, Pakal the Great. With jade crown and iron will, he rallied his warriors. At the city gates, beneath the crashing heavens, they stood unbroken. Steel clashed, walls shook, but Palanca did not fall. Victory was not enough for Pakal. He dreamed of eternity. Deep beneath his towering pyramid, they carved a tomb fit for a god, a resting place where Pakal would journey into the stars. Today, his city endures. His spirit walks the heavens. And the name Pakal still echoes through the stone halls of time. In the final hours of a dying city, the scribes of the Maya worked in silence, not to praise kings, but to preserve truth. As enemies closed in, they carved sacred glyphs into cold stone, warnings, betrayals, prophecies, hidden in plain sight. Outside, chaos reigned. Scrolls burned, temples fell, but deep inside the heart of stone, a story was sealed, meant not for their time, but for ours. Forgotten by centuries, the jungle grew around it, until one day, sunlight struck glyph again, and the truth returned to the world. Not all monuments honor power, some hide it. Rising from the jungle floor, the great pyramid of Chichen Itza touched the sky, a temple of shadow and light, built to honor gods and to guard secrets. For centuries, it stood as a masterpiece of Maya engineering, but beneath its steps, something older stirred. Deep within the stone, archaeologists uncovered a mystery, a pyramid inside a pyramid, sealed for over 1,000 years. Inside, a crimson jaguar throne glared from the dark, a ghost of a forgotten time. Each layer told a different story, of rulers, of rituals, of the serpent god Kukulkan, a monument not just to faith, but to time itself. Chichen Itza was never just one pyramid, it was three, hidden like a sacred puzzle, waiting to be unlocked. In the heart of the Maya jungle, there were no buzzing swarms of danger, only silence and sacred bees. Stingless, gentle, and divine, these tiny creatures were gifts from the gods. Inside hollowed logs, the Maya kept their golden guardians, not for food, but for healing, for prayer, for power. The honey of the Melipona bee was no ordinary nectar. It soothed wounds, anointed kings, and summoned rain. Beekeepers were more than farmers. They were priests, whisperers of ancient secrets, and when the moon rose, they offered honey to the gods, so that life would bloom again. In every drop, a story; in every hive, a temple. High upon stone temples where earth met sky, Maya nobles offered more than prayers. They offered themselves. Blood, the sacred thread of life, was the only gift powerful enough to reach the gods. Queens passed thorned ropes through their tongues. Warriors pierced flesh with stingray spines. Every drop fell with purpose, every wound a gateway. The smoke rose thick with spirit, and in it visions danced. Ancestors, gods, rain, and maize. Blood was the bridge between worlds, between mortal and divine. And though the kings and queens are long gone, their offerings still stain the stone, sacred, eternal.